A better way to pay your UTG fees with instant proof of payment and real-time student portal update. Paying your University of the Gambia fees has never been easier or more convenient. With EcoBank, students, parents and guardians can pay UTG tuition and related fees through our secure digital banking channels such as EcoBank mobile app, EcoBank Online and EcoBank Omni Lite. Once payment is completed, instant proof of payment is generated and the UTG student portal is updated in real time, allowing students to proceed immediately with registration, course selection, and clearance without unnecessary delays, while giving parents and guardians peace of mind that payments have been successfully processed. How to pay via the EcoBank mobile app. Open the EcoBank mobile app and navigate to the home screen. Select Pay Bill. Choose Pay a New Bill and select Schools from the category options. Select University of the Gambia. Select the specific product you are paying for. Enter your matriculation number and tap Continue. Validate your details. The system will display the payable amount. Press Continue to confirm the payment. An e-receipt is generated automatically as proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. How to pay via EcoBank Online or Omni Lite. Log in to EcoBank Online and Omni Lite using your credentials. Select the menu and choose Bill Payments. Choose Quick Bill Pay and select School from the category options. Select University of the Gambia. Select the specific product you are paying for. Enter your matriculation number and tap Continue. Validate your details. The system will display the payable amount. Press Continue to confirm the payment. An e-receipt is generated automatically as proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. Walk into any EcoBank branch or pay through our digital channels and enjoy instant proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Santa Yala.
Nekar, utul wave, nga scan, nga fay, nak doo ci yokku dara.
Jah Oil Company stands tall as a trusted name in energy, keeping the Gambia moving with service stations across the country and a commitment to innovation and reliability. In Farafenni, Jah Group is reshaping our industrial landscape. The Jah Oil Cement Factory can produce up to 100,000 bags a day, reducing imports, creating jobs, and building a stronger Gambia brick by brick. And in the heart of the Central River region, Jah Farming Initiative is cultivating food security. With thousands of hectares under development and modern irrigation, Jah Farming is turning the Gambia's soil into abundance. Jah Group is more than a company. It is a vision of self-sufficiency, resilience, and progress. The Jah Group of companies, investing in industry, agriculture, and energy, building the Gambia's future today.
Africa is rising and business knows no borders. With Bloombank and PAPS, buying and selling across Africa is now effortless. Fast, secure, direct from your Bloombank account. One Africa, one connection, one heartbeat of opportunity, powered by Bloombank Africa. Bloombank Africa, in partnership with PAPS, connecting Africa, empowering you. Bloombank Africa, we make it happen.
It's 9:42 on Monday, the 4th of May 2026, and it's coffee time with Peter Gomez. Now, in a political season dominated by familiar party rivalries, a new voice has emerged with a bold reformist vision. Amadou Jaiteh, former UN diplomat and international lawyer, has launched the Progress Movement, a platform that challenges the very foundations of Gambian politics. From climate justice and human rights to his controversial proposal to abolish political parties altogether, Jaiteh promises a new model of governance built on unity and accountability. Today on Coffee Time, we sit down with him to explore his vision, his reading of the national situation, and the promises he makes to Gambian voters. From the politicization of development projects to alleged malpractices in voter registration, from the intimidation of local leaders to grassroots mobilization, Jaiteh argues that the Gambia deserves a politics rooted in fairness and accountability. Thanks for coming, Amadou.
Thank you once again for having me, Mr. Gomez. I'm happy to be here always.
You seem convinced that government is politicizing development. Can you explain what you mean by this?
Government is actually politicizing everything, just to get a renewal of new mandate, a third term mandate for the president. Sorry, you wanted to say something?
No, I was going to say, if we were, the incumbent, you would point to what you have done. Is that politicizing development? If he says, for instance, I've brought roads to Kiang, when Kiang never had roads, and we all agree that, Kiang never had good roads anyway, is that politicizing development?
That may not be politicizing by saying it, but actions and how you go about it. Remember, the manner you do it.
Okay, so tell us how he is using development projects how he is politicizing development projects.
Okay. I will go back into first the constitutional mandate of Meet the People Toll, which is terribly politicized in this country, an advantage to the president, paid for by taxpayers. The president can go countrywide tour 5 times a year. He can go paid for by the taxpayers and put his political agenda on the forefront and not even talk about the real issues that affect the communities.
But that's not a fault of his, huh? Is that not a fault of the Constitution?
No.
That asks him to do this at least once every year?
The drafters of the Constitution did not foresee it to be like that. It is just the human imperfection. When you are given power, sometimes you find a way to abuse it and use legal instruments to back yourself up. And that shows dishonesty in politics. What you're supposed to do is come up with suitable means of doing it at no cost to taxpayers. You don't even have to be going around the country with, huge delegation that are not even necessary to be there. You have governors, you have alcalos and chiefs. All you just need to do is to tax them. If you want to go and see, you can go from Banjul to anywhere in the country and back with a minimal delegation and no much cost at all. The 50 million or 52 million budget, which is always augmented because they always go beyond. What is the purpose of that? We are against that, and we are going to abolish that. We are going to remove it from the Constitution with our reformist agenda completely.
You're going to take it completely, or you are going to reform it?
We are going to remove the cost of it. Completely.
Well, the Constitution is silent on cost.
Right.
The Constitution just says the president has to, tour the country, at least once a year.
We are going to remove it as well from the Constitution. Because when you remove it from the Constitution, the onus is now on you as a politician. Do you really have to go and meet the people around the country or not? You want re-election. The task is on you. You will still have to go and meet the people.
Was it not conceived as a meeting at least once every year between the president and the farmers? Because originally it was meet the farmers.
Yes. The president can do that even more than once in a year, even if it is not in the Constitution, because it is in his interest. Politicians, he is going around the country now, whether it is constitutionally grounded or not, he is still going to go to the people because he need to communicate with them. So you do not have to make it constitutional, because once you make it constitutional, then you have now given them the right, the legal right to abuse the system. And that is what we are going to abolish. Because we believe that if the president can fly to New York, can fly to Addis Ababa to go and attend meetings, which are budgeted for, he should be able to go to anywhere in the country within the same budget. There's no need to bring extra supplementary budget just to go around the country, 52 million and more. So, on your first question, how you should not, or how you should go about sharing your development, your achievement with the public. It is very, very simple. You need not to roll out developments that you have already done or ones that you are preparing to do in an election year and turn it into a campaign because you need a new mandate. Gambians deserve more than that. It's a responsibility of government anyway. Those developments, it's your responsibility. If you're not doing it, then you should be ashamed of yourself. But to say that you are doing it, hey, see what I'm doing, see what we are about to do, see what we have done. Oh, the past government did not do this. We should not be comparing ourselves to the past. The past has done something. There's always something that the past has done that pave a road. Sure. Yes, that pave a road, a map for you to come and also do your bit. And that is why term limit is very, very important, because you cannot do it all. From the First Republic, major institutions that we know about, Central Bank, Gamtel, you name it, all of those institutions that define us today was built by the First Republic. The Second Republic came. They brought in university. They brought in even more also to add to that. Now, President Barrow's government has done some of that, and we have to commend that. We have seen it; it's tangible. But
he's taken roads to Kiang.
Exactly. you need not to make it look like we have to credit you for it. It's your responsibility. If you're looking for credit for it, then go somewhere else. That is not government for competition. But this is government. We are paying you for it. Taxpayers are paying you for it, and they expect nothing less. So, by giving it to us does not mean that we have to give you another term. We can see the work, and I'm talking to Gambians here. Do not see these developments as something that is a gift to you. It's not a gift to you. It's your inherent right.
Is that how the president or those in power are presenting these development projects?
Of course, that's how they are presenting it.
As a gift to the people?
That's how I'm seeing it. That's how they are presenting it. Every campaign, they're turning into a campaign. Let's go to the ferry, the new ferry that they brought in.
The green ferry.
Yes, the launching of it. It's a big, issue. Making it a big issue. Campaign rally. See what the government has done for you. See what the president has done. No other government has done it before. Now, why do you have to go to the length of...
They said that? No government has done it before?
They always say these things in their
presentation. Didn't he?
Exactly. And that's why it's laughable. Every time they present something new, they want to compare it to the past. This is happening for the first time. Listen, you need not to compete with the past. Focus on the future. And do it for the sake of doing it, because it's your job to do it. And do not do it with expectation, because Gambians are not going to give you anything for it, because it's your responsibility, it's your duty. That's why I wrote an article on it, which was published by the Standard News and other online media, because the issue keeps coming up all the time, and it's annoying. They should move away from that. Now, you go to the foundation, the brick foundation laying for the new roads that the president is promising. Do we need a tour for that? Do we need a campaign out of that? Go and see the platforms wherever they go to lay foundation. It turns into a political campaign. Everyone that is coming on stage, they are doing nothing but politics. The people deserve more. You don't even need to go there. you can just assign the governors and the alcalos and the Minister of Infrastructure to go there and present or lay the foundation and then move on. It needs not to be a big issue, fanfare. This country needs to move away from those fanfares. A lot of money is being spent there.
Okay. So apart from politicization of development projects, you've also raised concerns about malpractice in the IEC's ongoing registration exercise. I mean,
yes, Mr. Peter.
What specific issues have you observed?
You see, Mr. Gomez, we need to be very, very careful in this country. There are political operatives in this country that are very much known for this. They are notorious for involving in every malpractices in this country. Oh. And one to single out is Jaiteh, the Deputy Speaker of the House.
What malpractice is he involved in of late?
Every issue at every polling station, he's there. This is the man that is actually in the office of another branch of governance, Parliament. Very, very reputable office. In another jurisdiction, should be neutral, should not be seen blatantly partisan. But he
can't be. He was handpicked by the president.
And this is the problem. And that is why he continues to do that. But then the office that he's in, even when you are handpicked, we saw Yakumba Jaiteh, who was nominated, handpicked as well. But we saw her stance in the National Assembly, that which cost for his removal because of what? Because of his stance. Her stance. So why can't he do that? But he can't, because his politics is all about self-preservation.
Okay. So what's he doing? What's he doing wrong?
All the accusations that are happening, the registrations that are happening, bringing foreigners or
bringing foreigners.
Yes.
From where?
From the border. Didn't you see what is coming out from different places? He is going there, interfering, and it's annoying not to understanding that why somebody from such an important office should be seen in doing all of that. But then that takes us back to history. When you go back to history in 2016, you will see that the tendency is in him. And he has been doing this, and he continues to do it because this is how he survives.
What did he do in 2016?
In 2016, this is the man, among others, that had the audacity to try to stop people's elect president from being swearing. Why?
But this was after an election.
Yes.
We're talking about voter registration malpractice.
Yes.
So how is he involved in voter registration malpractice?
It is all...
In 2016,
yes,
he lost power with his boss, and they were just trying to cling on to power.
Yes. And now I'm trying to link it to clinking into power or unfair type of politics that he has been engaged in. He has been in this arena.
Dirty politics.
Dirty politics.
Yeah. Because trying to overturn the verdict of the people,
exactly,
nothing could be nastier than that.
Now, registration malpractices and standing against people's elected president from being sworn in is all dirty politics, however you put it. And he has been notorious for that. And when you go back into that history, you will see that these are the people that nearly caused this country to go into flames.
So in terms of voter registration malpractice, are you suggesting, because you spoke about people at the border, he tries to bring people in from outside the country to register and take part in the election?
From the information that we have.
So this is nothing that you have proven yet?
No. But from the information that we have seen, and what we have seen also, him going in and out of police stations, removing people.
Removing people?
Yes. Going in and out.
Grabbing them by the neck and...
Not doing that, of course. Using influence to get them out.
How?
From investigations.
Asking policemen to go in and remove people?
Right. Going in there, trying to use his influence to get those people that are being investigated, getting them out of police station, getting them out of whatever investigation it is. We've seen videos of people coming out, how he went into police stations and then saying, to their operatives that do not worry, you will be out from here very soon. We have information because we are also on the ground and we are monitoring. And not all of this will come out in the public, but we have seen him, even some news online media have been monitoring him going in and out, involved in certain discussions here and there. This is not necessary. This is all this is doing is causing discord in community. And we do not want someone in such an office to be involved in that. But he has a history. And I'm thinking that the president, this government, should restrain him. They should take responsibility and restrain someone like this, who has a history of causing discord in communities. He did it in 2016. He blatantly stood there and said that the president will not be swearing in here. He's part of the impasse that occurred in 2016. People like him, not just him, but him among others. And the trend is continuing again. And we do not know where it is going to lead us. This man must be restrained from such dirty politics in this country.
Okay. So how do you think, such allegations will impact public trust in our electoral system?
Correct. And this is where it all starts. And that is why I enjoy those brave politicians that are actually archiving all that is happening, because it's going to discredit the result that may come in December 7th or so.
It can discredit it.
It can discredit it. It all happens now. It all starts now. Registration period. This is where rigging happened. Remember, when you go back into 2016, there was allegations of APRC's bureau burned down with 300,000 voters cards. I don't know whether you are aware of that. But
I'm aware of the allegation. I'm trying to see how.
Yes.
How
so you see, such allegation, when that happened, when an election now happens, and then all of a sudden, we know that those people were registered. They are in our electoral roll. The voters' cards were burned, but the registration remains. Those people can still be out there. In 2021, they were out there.
You know this for certain.
Know what for certain?
That the 300 cards may have been burnt.
Yes.
But those people, registered, whether legally or illegally, remain in the register.
Well, there's no alternative. There's no proof that when those cards were burned, the registrations were cancelled. We do not know that. But what we know and what we heard is that 300,000 voters' cards were burned.
Right, that we're just saying, right? Where I want you to be clear is whether all 300 names would be in the official voter register.
I believe so, because if allegations were that they were burned in the APRC bureau, I have not come across any press conference by the IEC where we are told that those names have been removed from the electoral roll. And as long as those names remain there, only APRC operatives like Sidin Jai can tell us where those names are.
Unless maybe they either did, registration again in 2021, by now they wouldn't have any valid cards, to register.
How would we know? We do not know.
Well, all cards from 2016 cannot take part in the current election.
Yes, but then people were...
So none of them would have a card, so they would have to re-register now, and then they would go, through scrutiny and all of that, attestation if they don't have birth certificates. So if somebody had just put their names onto the voter register, now they can't do that.
Where does that leave the 2021 results then, if they were allowed to vote in 2021 elections?
Yeah, well, you can question that for 2021.
Exactly.
For 2021.
So what I'm doing here, I'm raising an alarm that if an allegation of 300, that's significant amount, 300,000 voters' cards were burned.
Goodness me, that's 1/3 of the 2021 voter register.
Exactly. And the names were or remained in the voter roll, or in the voter register, up to 2021 elections, What does that say in terms of credibility of those results? And similar issues can also be raised in the upcoming election, which is very, very important that one deal with it now. The supplementary registration is open, and is open to Gambians, only Gambians. And that is why this attestation way of verifying your Gambianness should be abolished completely, because all these malpractices, we have seen them.
Yeah, but what about if you have, a Gambian who was born in a place where they don't immediately register births, and the parents never thought of registering, their birth until they grew up and now are of voting age, and they have every right, like you and me, to take part in the election. If you don't have attestation, how do you?
We've passed those ages now. Now where we are now, we are traveling to Spain and other places, Mauritania, to provide ID cards. If we can do that for our citizens, the Gambia is very small. We can go to every village.
Yeah, but that just started now. It's between last year and now.
Well,
you have people who, will be, mature to vote this year, who may have been born in villages, even towns, where their birth was not immediately registered.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We have this technology now. We have this time to go outside to register.
I'm saying for those people, it's too late now.
It's not too late. I'm saying we foresee this election coming. It's not like this election just came to us. Those people that were in those villages, they were there. They've always been there. If we care about them and we want to register them and we want their vote to be registered, we should have thought about this.
Yeah, we should have, but we didn't.
Right?
We've only started now. It's like these people who are in Spain and all these places. They will, people. You will have, old hustlers who would say, they should have done this years ago when we were there.
That is very correct. But I'm saying the attestation that you are talking about is currently the time that you are talking about, that will be applicable to older generation maybe, but currently most Gambians are born in villages and that goes to get a birth certificate anyway. So that cannot be an excuse. And for those that were born in those ages where birth certificates were not accessible at the time, they've had time to be able to get passports, to be able to get ID cards. So there's no excuse, Mr. Gomez. We just need to be ready to make sure that it's just like saying diasporans cannot vote because of they don't have we don't know which constituency.
Diasporans cannot vote from their current places of residence. If they choose to come back home, they can.
They can. See, even that, we should be able to move away from that, because that is possible nowadays. Nowadays, technology has advanced so much that, Mr. Gomez, you can register diasporans from where they are, and they can actually cast their vote from where they are. We are recipients of diasporans' remittances, and they get to us very nicely and safe through an app.
They shore up our economy, those remittances.
So we enjoy that, and that is very safe. When they remit to their families, they can receive it through Wave without even moving an inch.
Yeah. You can name Wave. They are a sponsor.
Exactly, or APS. If they can have a very secure app, why can't we, if we value our voice, if we value our electoral processes and the right of people to vote, then we should be able to work on that. And it's very cheap. Small companies nowadays can create an app which is very, very safe and secure. Okay. We can do that.
You also allege that Alkalul are being bullied simply for knowing or engaging with opposition leaders.
I also wrote an article on this because we saw a UMC affiliated or friend of a UMC, father whose father is an Alkalo of Nyangen village.
I see. I'm confused. Is it Nyangen or Nyagen?
Nyangen.
It's Nyangen.
Yes, Nyangen.
So people who write N-Y-A-G-E-N, that's wrong. You see that spelling?
Well, we can confirm that.
One of the things, hopefully, if you become president, we should solve, because we have different spellings for different. Serekunda is spelled some with one R, others with two R's.
Yes,
I have seen Jahali spelled 3 different ways. So this village too, is it Nyangen or Nyagen?
The problem
because
with that,
when it does not have the N, that's not Nyangen. That's Nyagen.
Nyagen.
Nyagen. And when it has the N, that's Nyangen. So is it Nyagen or Nyangen?
The problem with that is because...
What do you think it is?
Well, the problem with that is because we don't write in our own language.
What do you think the name of the place?
Nyangen. That's what I saw.
So Nyangen.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So the problem is that because we don't have our own, ABCs, we don't write in our own language.
Okay.
And when you don't have that...
So there is this one incident. The question is, how widespread is this allegation?
So you see, so now, double standards. The president can stand on a campaign platform and say that all alcalos and chefs are on his payroll. They work for him and they will campaign. So there's no excuse to say that alcalos and chefs and chiefs must not be political. They can be political because they are employed by him. So you see, this is why we talk about depoliticizing our institutions. You see, when you have a chief, an alcalo,
are you surprised that the president would say that? Are you surprised? I mean,
I'm not surprised.
If he is seen to be the one that is paying them, of course he expects them to dance to his tune, not to someone else's.
That is the problem. That is the problem. We thought that we have passed that. Because 2016, when Gambians went out...
That he would pay an alcalo for you to do your campaign at his own expense?
No, alcalos should not even be paid, to campaign for anybody.
So if he's paying them to the point of where he can openly boast about it, the fault is ours. We are the taxpayers.
Well, the thing is
we should have kicked against it.
Exactly, and that is why I am pushing back. I am kicking against it now, and I am talking to Gambians to be aware of this. That we need a government that will not subject our traditional rulers to such in dignified position. These are important institutions in our communities, alcalos and chiefs. They should be neutral. I should be able to go to my alcalo, regardless of my political affiliation, to bring to him my issues, and he should be able to deal with it fairly. And so is others as well. Now, when you have a government or a leader who wants to subject them to such a dignified position, these are dignified people. These are very, very important people. These are royalties. We should respect them as such. We should allow the hereditary to continue in their bloodlines without any influence. And if the government decided to put a salary for them, that is coming from the taxpayers.
The government would say they asked for salaries.
Well,
that there was a push for alcaluru and whatever, to be paid.
Well, I support that if the government wants to pay them, and I even want them to be paid. They are providing services that deserves remuneration, but that does not mean they should be used as political tools in the instance of the incumbent. The incumbent should desist from that. The incumbent should disassociate himself from them politically and give them that respect, because if you put pressure on them, they will subdue to your request. But it is up to you, a dignified leader, to say, you are our respected, rulers, and then we want you to focus on the work that you are doing for your communities. You will be paid regardless, but you do not serve me. You serve your people. So do not see this money as a service that you're rendering for my government. This is what needs to be clear, so that they can serve all of us fairly.
Okay. We just celebrated World Press Freedom Day yesterday. The tensions that exist currently.
I did not finish my double standard.
Okay, go ahead.
So the double standard. So here, that piece that I wrote, I was criticizing because I wanted to see that the government recognize that if you can say that the alcalos are working for you and the chiefs are working for you, there is a problem if they start to be seen friendly with an opposition leader or another party. That is something that we need to be very, very careful, and the president should desist from that. If you can be friends with them, allow them to be friends with others as well. And again, we saw somebody become a victim of that here. One journalist, Omar P. Jallo, for just being seen, organizing an event in his village. His father is an alcalo. and then invite a politician, again, the same politician that I mentioned earlier on, and for him to go back and be investigated. Investigated for what? For whining and dining with different politicians? This is what we have a problem with. Politicization of everything. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Well, since you've found a way of bringing in Omar P. Jallow, who is a journalist who used to work with state media. We just celebrated World Press Freedom Day yesterday. You know about the ongoing tensions between the private press and the government. What do you make of it? The standoff between the GPU, the Ministry of Information per se, and PURA, the regulator.
As a diplomat, I believe that, or former diplomat, there is a way of...
Don't they say once a diplomat, always a diplomat?
Always a diplomat. Not active now. But there's always a way of doing things where there is dialogue. My view is that there was a missing important aspect of it, which is dialogue. From the outset, the media should have been part of the process. They should have been part of the process. And if they are not part of the process, once there is a zero draft regulation, the media, I believe that they were invited for the validation of that. That's what I think I heard them saying. But then
they were invited to the validation, and the argument, of the GPU was they were never involved.
Exactly.
From the get-go.
So that's where I'm coming. So from the get-go, you need to have your skeletal, document, which will now be developed into a zero draft, and then you involve your stakeholders from that. If you miss that part of it, which is the beginning of all credibility and legitimacy for the document, because that's where respect is built. Because then the other partner knows that they were involved and they were part of it, they were invited, they were considered as stakeholder. Now, when you miss that, immediately the zero draft is developed. It's a draft. Provide it for comments, observations, and input. Once you open it up, then you will receive that kind of input, like they did for the Constitution, which was consulted around.
What I'm trying to get at is, it's now, it's a problem there. Do you see it as unfortunate? Do you see it as avoidable? But here we are with it. And what does it do for relations between the private media and the state?
Both words that you use, it's unfortunate and also avoidable. But it is still not too late. The government still need to open up and make consideration of the concerns that were raised by the media. Take it on board. Open up a window of dialogue so that they can sit around the table and discuss.
The Bar Association has started
and bring solution. And then I saw that, and I commend the Bar Association for doing that, because at this point that is what you need, because anger and ego would have taken shape. So there need to be an intermediary that can bring them together to the table.